Within the mirror, there was a buildup of a glowing forest green. There was a pattern that appeared therein. It seemed that there was movement. Eventually, I could discern that it was horizontal movement. Finally, the colors broke free from the mirror. And all about, in a scene where I could not see the furniture or myself or the room, I saw a setup like the tree of life, 3 on each side and 5 in the middle, connected by 24 paths. Four down the middle, and 8 on the outer side. Between each of the center 3 spheres, there were 4 going from those. And this was encased in an almost egg shape that was textured like leaves of a lighter green. And the snake that was moving before opened its mouth wide and bit it. But it didn't seem that the snake or the egg was hurt. Now amongst this, I felt various buzzings upon my body or within me. And finally, a couple shudders that loosened me and relieved all pain. And now I hear the sounds in the room again, the sounds outside, basically. If a person is to compare the alphabets of the ancient Aramaic from the 22 to the 30, the most meaningful is the split between the Ain and the Ga. And where you'd put the Ga, I guess you'd put it maybe the Gimel from dot to other, and the Ga closer to the crown. And so also you end up with a Seen and a Sheen split. And, if you have that triangle around Yesod, then, only these 2 are where that one's from. So what do you do with that? Is you cross off like so, right? And that would make 25. So you could include a 0. So the same system that they're using, not quite the layout, but that is how you would do it in ancient Aramaic, Biblical Hebrew, Phoenician, whatever you want to call it. There is instruction here on how to use effigies, how to use a mystical boat and a figure, and how to apply certain things to particular paths. Here's the operation, but whichever tatwa or whichever Sephirotic path you're going to go down, this is a way that it would be done. Beyond just invoking and evoking, there is the becoming a master of interior and exterior spiritual travel, of making things solid in your experience, of making things meaningful, or perhaps taking out the meaning. Kabbalah and things of a Jewish nature or things of a Christian nature may have been organized in a particular way, with particular names or words that it wasn't in other paths, but everything comes from something before. And some of the things are, or it's a new version of this myth or whatever. Other things are more, just, is renamed for stuff. So, and there could have been misunderstandings of some stuff, and that's why we ended up with different myths. And of course, when things were in the hands of the priests and priestesses that were, working their thing. But there's another thing about Tantra. There's an aspect of bypassing mere experience. We can recognize that the themes of the tarot and otherwise were in such a way that, it can represent something about ourselves and something that we refer to. So when we break up our image of we break free from the mere material aspect, we also break free the idea of divinity as some mere material inflection. I mean, people speak about God like God is one of us, and, you break that. God's beyond the body, and we're beyond the body too, so why should we limit God to some idea of any particular body? And just like the star, the change that happens, it's some universal thing, and it's a personal thing too.